I get that ooh.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. YouTube, what's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in this daggone break room, y'all. Now, real quick, y'all, this is gonna be a real quick live. I just saw something today and I want to grab y'all attention. Happy Monday to each and every one of you all. I hope everybody is feeling good and doing great. And we're going to have a quick conversation. So, you say none of it makes sense. So, based off the title of this live stream, hey, Pretty Dope, hey, Latoya, hey, Pammy, D-Light, Tasha, Latrice, Mary, Miss Coco. If I missed you, we ain't fell out. Sandcastle, T. Wilson. Hey, Tanya, just moving kind of fast, y'all, because I only got a few moments. But, so today I saw something on my community tab. Michelle said, what's going on, sis? Hey, Dream. It came on my community. Well, it didn't come on my community tab. I saw it on a community tab. So, y'all know how we reacted to Wine Glass. Wine Glass told us that she got so much going on. She was keeping stuff in secret. You know, she moving slow motion. Slow motion, baby. I like that. Me working my back. I don't know what to... Anyway. So apparently she showed up this morning, August the 4th, in some pink scrubs and having the matching pink cup. And you know what? I'm gonna have to hand it to her. She looked kind of cute there. And so I said, where Wine Glass going? Well, apparently, you know, she got scrubs. Sis got her eyebrows arched, her hair done. She got on hoop earrings. I said, Now, either she going to work or she going to school. It's one of the two. And I said, you know what, Wine Glass, good for you. Good for you. You got to do something, baby. We're not telling you not to have dreams, but faith without works is dead, right? So I said, okay. So you're going somewhere. Where that is, I don't know, but she's obviously being productive this morning. And then we know the last time we went over there and talked to Sky's life, Sky told us that she's working. She got her job because she said YouTube tricked her out her shoes. And she said because of YouTube making her feel some type of way, she was losing revenue and she had to go get her damn job. I said, oh, poor thing over there. Girl, what a job. Why? Oh my God, those horrible people made you go get, I don't know, stable income? Oh gosh, okay. So the whole premise of my conversation is these two ladies that we know of for sure have paid other women here on the internet, such as Peach McIntyre, probably Just Jazzy, Mean. We know recently Sky is over there in love with Mean. And so I said, well, you know what? That's funny. Imagine giving all your money to some chick on the internet that's going to try to, that you feel can teach you YouTube game or the game that they're playing, when none of those ladies are going to get jobs. Mean didn't wake up this morning in scrubs posting, talking about moving in silence. Y'all, Scott, Peach hasn't posted anything talking about she going to get a 9 to 5. Just Jazzy damn sure ain't going to get a 9 to 5. The whole purpose of me saying this is you can't follow what other people are doing. What works for one doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you, but what definitely will work for you, regardless of other people are doing it or not, is going to get you a job so you can take care of your business. Now, are you going to get rich? No, you're not going to get rich. But here's the thing. Everybody can't be rich. But the one thing you can do is go to bed at night when you are providing for your children, your family, the best way you know how. So it's just so funny that y'all was paying these ladies all this money to teach you to do what they're doing, and it never happened because you can't teach that. You have to it just automatically happens. It's the luck of the draw, or it most definitely has to be the personality. And I'm sorry, Wineglass and Wineglass and Sky, in my opinion, don't have the personality for it. They just really don't. But one thing I will say is, y'all did all this to ultimately ended up what? Going to get jobs. and that's the thing. That's all we ever said to y'all. We're not telling y'all you can't have a dream and you can't be successful on YouTube. Because let's be honest, if Peach can be successful, anybody can. Like, look what she's successful being a buffoon on the internet. Anybody can do that. But you got to be able to keep up the stamina in order to do that. One thing I Peach McIntyre, you don't really hear her too many times talking about she tired, she don't want to do this, she took a break. Because Peach got 9 kids and a husband over there, which essentially 10 folks she got to take care of. So she ain't got time for rest, okay? You got to have a starting point. And so that's all we ever been saying. And so these ladies feel like they're defeated because they had to go, be a part of a productive society. And that's not true. That's not true. Since you didn't lose because you had to go to work, you're actually winning. Because now you can possibly get you some type of career or some type of skill or some type of trade to where you can always be marketable. So, you can, wherever you go in life, you'll be able to sustain and make money and take care of your family. And now, for me, for Wineglass, the pink scrubs, I don't know if she's doing home health, if she's going to esthetician school. I don't know what she's doing, right? But she can definitely build on that. You don't have to stop at being home health aide. If you go to school, you could possibly become a medical assistant. You could become a phlebotomist, an x-ray tech. You can even go even higher. You could become a nurse. You could become a physical therapist, a speech therapist, an occupational therapist. There's so many different avenues when it comes to the medical profession. And there are a lot of people that work in the medical profession and love what they do. Now, obviously, there are people that work in the medical profession and don't love what they do, but they definitely love that damn paycheck. Or at least get a degree. That's all we've been saying, especially for these ladies, because these ladies have multiple children, 4 or more kids. Child, you ain't got time to be dealing with an if, and a maybe. To me, YouTube is an if, and a maybe. You need for sure concrete. If I show up, work in my full 8 hours, at the end of the day, I'm going to get paid. That's what you need. When you got mouths staring you in the face that need you to take care of them. Hope I donate $100 or $50 or $20 is not a way to sustain everyday living. That's not a way to sustain. Multiple kids and on government assistance and rely. That you're trying to say, Shanika, rely. And if you get a degree, put it in good use. Don't just elect us, Jasmine. Wink, wink. I was an RN for years. I am now claims adjuster for insurance, and I make $2 more. But at least you can sit down at the desk instead of being on your feet all day, D-Mom. And the consistency and patience that comes with social media as well. Yeah, and there's a lot that comes with it. And let's be honest, there are people that have the tolerance for it and the stamina, and then obviously there's some people that don't, right? That's obvious. So yeah, I'm typing stuff, but yeah, no, let me find back medical code and got my AA and passed my state test for CPC when I was 55 years old. I exactly got shoes, and you know, so that's all I'm saying. It dawned on me when I saw Wineglass post. I said, girl, all the money you done paid across the YouTube land to get people to put you up on game, and them 80,000 or 200,000 views that she claims she got off, or I don't know, YouTube Shorts or wherever she got it at. Still, ultimately, girl, what did you have to do? Go get a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Especially if you go and perform and work every day, you definitely are going to get paid. You can count on that money. You can definitely count on that money. The way the government is cutting off assistance and what off of these depending on it exclusively. I mean, you know what? You're right, T. Wilson. The government, what they're doing is they're making it harder. They're putting stronger stipulations on the assistance because, you know, me personally, to totally get rid of assistance, I don't think that's ever going to happen. As long as you have different class of people, as long as you're going to have poor, rich, and a middle class of people, they're going to have to keep that assistance in place. You know, they've been saying for years and years and years and years that they were going to do away with government assistance. You have people who are taxpayers who work hard and they fall on hard times. They become ill, can't work, and have to rely on government assistance. You know, what I think they're doing is trying to make it a little more difficult for you to rely on the system. Instead of the system being your first objective, they're trying to make it to where people, you know, open their minds and broaden their horizons and be like, well, I don't want to just rely on government assistance. Let me go rely on myself. And if I have to fall back on government assistance throughout the years, you know, 1 or 2, 3 months, then yeah, I'll lean on that until I can get back up on my feet. That's the whole objective. I think the elderly and disabled should get assistance. If you just have 10 kids, get 10 jobs. Not 10 kids, 10 jobs. Assistance was not set up to be a lifelong, let me see what you said. Hey, Vita. Assistance was not set up to be a lifelong. It was designed to give you a helping hand. People have abused it so much. Those who really need it can't get it. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing. Right, TMR. It's so bare minimum. So why depend on it? Use the resources and better yourself. That's all I'm saying, y'all. There's so many resources out here that you can use to, you know, to build yourself. And let me tell you something. The way the world is designed now, it's, you know, the fact that there are so many ways that there's so many ways implemented in today's world than it was 20 years ago. So it make it far easy for you to be able to manage. Well, let me say, I ain't gonna say easy. There's more options. Let me say that. There's more options for you to be able to maneuver through life than it was 20 years ago. I'm going to give you guys an example. Like, for example, there are a lot of companies out here that pay you same day. And I'm not just talking day labor. I'm talking regular jobs like Family Dollar, Dollar General. And I seen it because I was just recently in Family General where they were advertising that they were hiring and they said same day pay. Which, you know, 20 years ago, that wasn't a thing. If you worked, you had to wait to either at the end of the week or the following 2 weeks to get your paycheck. But now they got it so to where you could go to work, depending on what type of job you have, and get paid the same day at the end of the day of your work, which, just be honest, y'all, that's a blessing for a lot of people. How many of y'all have had it either currently or in the past where you needed to get to work? It's Monday, you don't get paid to Friday, and you don't got it. You don't have enough. You didn't enough for gas, and you need gas to get to work to the rest of the week. And you sitting around scratching your head trying to figure out who you can borrow a couple dollars from, if anybody, so you can get to work for the rest of the week. Well, now they got it to where a lot of these jobs give you that pay advance thing, where you can advance on your pay, so you ain't got to borrow from anybody. Maybe you can beg and borrow from your damn self. That's what I'm saying. Like there are far more convenient things out here to help you maneuver through life than it was 20, 25, 30 years ago. It really is. She just working to get a W-2 for tax return. She usually works 4 months a year. Oh, who you talking about? Wine glass? Well, you know what? I mean, at the end of the day, eventually all that's going to wear out too, because the older your children get, once they hit 17, yeah, that's it. And, you know, for all of these ladies, their kids are getting older. They're not getting any younger. Now I only get paid once a month, and man, it's a long month too. Yeah. I left my Section 8 in 2019, right before the pandemic. I had 3 jobs during the pandemic because I preferred that money over discounted apartments. Some people do, sis. Some people do. Some people prefer to just go. Some people don't want to beg. They don't want to ask. They want to just go and earn their money honestly and spend it the way they want to spend it, and they ain't got to answer questions to somebody to get some assistance. Some people just don't even want to go through the BS. They just want to go. If they got to go get 2 jobs, but let's be honest, y'all, it's not that convenient for everybody because unfortunately you got a lot of young moms out here or moms period with small children, and like we talked about, real expensive. But in Wineglass situation, she got it to where she got a man, unfortunately for her, that don't want to work. He at the house where he could watch the kids. And she can get her tail up and go, which, let's be honest, I wish it was where they both got up and got to go to work, because the more money, the better they can live. But Wineglass has to convince that man of that, or he has to convince himself of that. We could talk about it till we blew it, but in all reality, that's her life, and she gonna live it the way she wants to live it. Sky ran through that tax money, and I have no idea what Jazz did with hers. Tasha Nicole, to be quite honest with you, I don't think Jasmine know. So y'all, real quick, an update to Jasmine's GPS debacle. A lot of people came to my comments in that video from yesterday, and there was a lot of suggestions of where they think what's going on. A lot of people feel like Jasmine was taking those kids to some type of sport meet. They don't really think that she was moving 2 hours away from her family or her support system, which is Philip's family. A lot of people feel like Jasmine just did that for the talk of the internet. And we know Jasmine will do that. But like I said, y'all, only time will tell, because she's going to show up. She is somewhere. A lot of people felt like the apartment that she was in was an Airbnb. Child, my comments were hilarious. It was so many different suggestions that people had of what's really going on. These moms are addicted to everything but birth control. Wineglass, as well be on her own. Wineglasses might as well be on her own. Yeah, if you really want to know too, the UG detectives will definitely find out. Oh, they definitely will. They definitely will find out. Hey, Shelby. All right, y'all, that's my time. I just wanted to get on her real quick, and I just thought that was funny when I seen that. When I seen Wineglass, and then I thought about Sky. I said, y'all running all y'all money to these ladies. And the gag is, they still sitting at home on YouTube making their videos being house moms, and y'all had to get your asses up and go to the damn job. And it's no shade to that, but it's just the simple fact that what works for one may not work for you. You got to do what works for you. You can't sit around and try to emulate and live other people's lives. You got to live your own life. And let's be honest, you don't know what these ladies got going on so they can keep generating what they generate. You may not want to do what they're doing to have what they want, because some people just want to live peacefully. A lot of people don't want all that chaos and foolishness going on, because I'm going to be honest with you. Peach McIntyre is a good one, baby, because there's no way I could do all that she got going on every day on social media with all them daggone kids. There's no way. And apparently, from what I'm hearing, Peach has really lost a lot of money on TikTok. She's not making nowhere near the money she was making on TikTok. They have disabled her live mechanism, so she's not able to go live. Apparently, Peach has started her classes again, which is so, I don't even understand why people are still buying Peach's classes. Nobody, for the most part, well, let me not say nobody. There are not a plethora of people who can really say I'm booming and zooming like Peach McIntyre did, right? There's not too many people out here that can say this. So the fact that people are still giving this lady their money and she's not really producing anything, like, I don't understand why people are still doing that. If y'all just want to pay somebody, why not just pay to go get you some additional education and use that to be able to further your life? The easy way out is not always the good way, in my opinion. I don't know, y'all. But that's my time, y'all. Let me get on back. I had a quick lunch break, and I just wanted to get on here and chat with y'all, kind of make you think about some things. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about what we talked about in the comments. T.R. gonna see y'all later on. All right, y'all be good, y'all be great, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.